I wanted to start a tradition where I speedrun any game I participate in helping create, and that's going to apply for every Game Jam game from now on, now that I helped to make my first. And so why not, make and break whatever I participate in. So let's speedrun this and see how we can break this game. Just to see how fun it'll be and how fast we can do it. I want to make this a tradition where I just will break a game immediately after making it and see how fast I can do it. So, I don't know how fast I can do it. There is an end trigger. So it's really just, as soon as I click play, how long does it take me to get there? And you have to collect a few items along the way just to make it possible. So, it's just going to be a straight path to every object that you need on the way down, and then hit the finish line. So, and then I'll just talk about what I thought of it, maybe just walk around, because then it'll just be a walking simulator after, so I'll just walk around and talk about it. But yeah, shoot, let's see how fast we can do this. Alright, I'll just start right now. Oh, I should max. Oh, okay, I will not start. I will, in fact, reset. Bring it to full screen first. Now we start. I'll start the timer as soon as I get controls. There we go. So you can just immediately launch yourself and hover, I know, by just rapidly jumping and attacking. And then in the top left, there's a meter to spin your anchor and launch yourself. But you can just immediately launch yourself. You see, I'm probably wasting time here. But I'm supposed to get this. It's called a depth tank. Next, I have to get over this because it's a straight line path right over here for the next depth tank. And you can, you always aim immediately to the left when you start your spin. So if you just rapidly click and just offset to the right, you should be just fine. Now I have to go over here and collect some harpoon ammo, because otherwise you can't get the last tank. And now we have to go immediately in the other direction. And harpoon the hell out of this thing over here. I don't know when the trigger starts, so we'll just launch a few and hope one of those catches it. No? Surely one of those did. Okay. You know, I could probably even run out there, and now it's just a race to the finish line. If you touch the boss room, it's game over. Question is, oh, I completely missed it. So I'm gonna give this one more run. Oh, here I am all. So 218, pretty ugly. I'll give it one more try and see what I can do. I'm sure I can get sub 2 minutes. So, one more attempt, and then I'll just talk about it. Oh boy. I did not choose the right hotkeys. to do that comfortably, to start the timer and get right on the controls. Oh no, fuck you, Coral. Alright. That's one. Ugh, not a very high or fast climb of that. Let me try to stay low to the ground this time, because flying does not help me. Oh, that doesn't help me either. Oh, damn. It's fine, I believe. I can get sub 2. I think this is a quicker path. No. Oh. 30 seconds. I think I'm gonna have to do it one more time. I think this is just too slow. Oh, it finds its way to me. That's beautiful. I didn't even know that. There we go. Oh, yeah, I see him. Not fast enough. Can't get a PB, though. Alright, one more attempt. One more. One more. Alright. Final attempt, let's go. This time that coral's not gonna fuck me over. Yeah, that's right. It actually helped me out. Too much. Yeah. Should've just waited. Okay. Get over, please. Wonderful. Now it's just smooth. Anchor in. Get out of the way, shark. The actual name of that thing, I think, is, oh, it was a great bite. Yeah, that's what I named it. Didn't turn out how it was supposed to, but that's because this was a very rushed job. I am impressed with how much was done. And the fact that, yeah, it was done in so little time. It was really a great time. I really love game jams. I'm definitely going to treat it like a holiday and always participate when I can. I'm sure there's other events too. Alright, we're totally gonna make it. I think that actually stopped my path. Oh no. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Yeah, if I just had cleaner movement, I totally could get sub 2. I even prematurely stopped the timer there. That was like actually 2:10, 2:11. All right, well, yeah, this was this was a put together ending in a second. We didn't have much time left, so we just decided to make a little end trigger scene. We didn't get the boss fights, but what we did do, might as well just start from the beginning. After I do this first. Yeah, it was a fun time making all these assets as quickly as possible. Obviously, some mechanics didn't make it fully, but that's the nature of a game jam game. These enemies were going to be more differentiated in function, with some of them being faster or slower, probably more spaced around the environment with maybe a few extra bits to discover here and there. I didn't even populate the right side of the map with anything, pretty much. There's like a boat or two, but if there's more time, I would have liked to have put, yeah, just a few extra things to explore. I'm still glad that enough of the environment got put together. Oh boy. God, that was a fun animation to make, this one right here. The animations, I definitely have to learn how to port them better, because that was a whole problem I had. And that's just a skill issue, and I'll solve that. But I'm glad that we at least got something to work. I think Eyeron himself turned out pretty funny with his animations. And that was a fun one to make, the death animation where the anchor sinks into the ground. And it's like a little, it's like a crucifix for him because, you know, he's dead and he floats up to, and I know he's in an iron suit, but this is cartoony. and if I need to build lore around why he floats, I will. And because I'm just funny, and I like to think about what lore implications exist for however things turn out. But this was a good attempt at a first light game, for a game jam. I'd say this was a good run, especially with all we learned along the way. So yeah, to Itami and Salty, thanks for working with me, because this was great. They made it possible. I did the art, and I did the planning of the gameplay, but they made the game. I didn't do any of the coding. I was just trying to pump out these assets, and then we just collaborated on where to place things, and just made it happen. Areas of improvement. Well, like I already said, I would definitely focus more on... I think I got down making assets pretty quickly. I was surprised at just how fast I could go from one thing to the other of putting it all together. I wanted to animate the enemies, but I decided not to because I think it would have added a lot of extra work for the amount of time that I think it would have sunk. Because even after I made those animations, I was already having enough porting issues with Eyeron. And the player, it was just, it managed to work. It's funny because I couldn't port it correctly, but I was able to port all the animations individually. So I just Frankensteined it all together into a single object within Godot. And it was a working solution, but it just feels awful because I should be able to just port it, and I have to figure out what was going on there. But I had a blast, and I definitely look forward to making more of these in the future, and speedrunning those as well, and seeing how fast I can do them. This could totally be a sub 2 game, if I was just a little bit smoother with the movement. Yeah, because even if you fly all the way to the ending, you'll die. Because I was thinking maybe you could just fly into the horizon and drop right onto the boss trigger. But you cannot, because you will die as soon as you're a little too deep, a little deeper than you should. Bam. Yeah. But that was the theme. It was depths, and this fit the theme. So this was a good run. I'm looking forward to any other game jams in the future, and yeah, it was. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I'm just so happy to have this like new activity that I can creatively participate in, and as I plan to make games in the future and help make games in the future, um, this is just one of the fun ways to just really showcase like the love of making game experiences. Well, that's enough. I had a great time, and until next time.